Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Rad, and in this live stream we're going to see how the new moon that happens to be into Leo is going to affect all of us through the view of tarot. And these readings that you are going to hear today, they are in effect as from today, 28th, up until the 11th of August, 2022, where the moon is going to be full and is going to be as well in Aquarius. So with that said, if you had paid attention to the thumbnail, there is a 5 cards there. These are the cards of the collective. I was about to say cumulative, but it is actually a collective reading, and I have them even here in front of me. Good evening, Anna. Long time no see. By the way, before I jump into that, guys, because I received quite a few emails, am I okay? What is going on with the channel? I am quite okay. Probably I should have made an announcement, but I was on a vacation. Okay, I was on the beach. I was on the coast. Didn't have a vacation for about 5 years, and I finally took one. It was quite a good time. It was fun. So with that said, these are the cards which defined the new moon into Leo. So the first one, that is the Hangman, followed by the second one, which is the Strength. Moving on, next we do have the Magician. The next card, that will be the Two of Wands. And the final one, we do have the Page of Cups. A pretty important transit. It is what we can see from these cards, especially within the material plane of the transit. We do have 3 big major arcana here, with the Hangman, the Strength, and the Magician. So it's quite of a sophisticated explanation that I will have to make. So I'll try to simplify it. So the next couple of weeks are going to be great is even underwhelming to say, but for the lack of a better word, great to learn something or to pave a foundation for a new undertaking, while we should restrain ourselves from making a new undertaking. It's quite complicated, but hear me out. This isn't any different than going into university so you can be a great lawyer afterwards, okay? Or starting an astrology class so you can be a great astrologer afterwards, or starting a hair stylist class to be a great hair stylist afterwards. You know, that is like mastering a skill or developing a knowledge, so that can help you or help us, all of us, to establish something new into the future, which, by the way, it is the energies which are supporting us throughout the next couple of weeks. These are the energies of the Page of Cups, and they are doing a couple of things. The first and the more important thing, it is that they will make us emotionally relate to what we are going to start either learning or mastering as a skill. So that will be something we love. That is quite important, because there are quite a lot of people which are good at their job, but they hate their job. So I can imagine that you don't want to wake up every morning going to the work or the job you hate. And should you follow that advice here from the cards, you will not gonna have to. And the second thing from these energies that we do have, which are identified, or rather like said by the Page of Cups, it is that whatever we are preparing ourselves for is going to take place. That is how the Page of Cups manifests. It's literally a looming change on the horizon that we are going to be fully prepared to take on, and pretty much take the spoils of the war from it. Now, the only thing that it will be a bit irritating from the transit, it is that mastering that skill or accumulating that knowledge is not going to happen as fast as we want. So we are going to lose our temper quite a few times, not with other people, but primarily with ourselves. And that is signified here by the Strength card. And I remember once Pisces Moonbeam, when we were talking about something that we are going to do, and I wanted things to happen a little bit faster, and she told me, well, you can't go straight away for the orgasm, right? I mean, there should be a love game first, and then the sex, and then at the end it is the orgasm. So yeah, that is literally how things are taking place here. So we can't force the circumstances, or one can do as much as one can do. That is what I am trying to say. As an environment, next couple of weeks, it is imperative that we do not force the circumstances, as the environment under the energy, or rather like under the manifestation of foreplay first. Yeah. So the environment under the energy of the Hangman, it is whenever things want to happen, they're going to happen. Those that doesn't want to happen, no matter what we do, even if we do have the power of the creator himself, we aren't going to be able to make them work out. That is because their time haven't came yet. So even though you know, for example, we may not going to be able to strike the deal that we are working for, or to make the relationship we wish, that doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It is just maybe its time didn't came yet. And so that's why we need to use that time to polish ourselves, to perfectionalize ourselves, to make ourselves better into something that wants to happen. Because believe me, there is something that wants to happen. And the lesson that we need to learn, it is exactly that. Having the Two of Wands here into the 4th position, that pretty much, guys, means that we do have good accomplishments, but that is as far as we go if we do not improve our performance or our knowledge, which is exactly what we need to spend those couple of weeks. Finally, what I like to say for all you lonely birds out there which are craving for your other half, for other part, for a partner in life, it may not come into these couple of weeks, okay? That's not guaranteed, but should someone comes around, that will be a person who really are gonna like us for what we are. Therefore, we don't have to change a thing with our behavior, okay, with our standards, and as well with our goals. Should no one comes about, be certain that such is coming our way, such person who is gonna accept us for who we are. JT, thank you so much for your $19.99 US. Thank you, JT. Make sure that you do stick around up until the end, where you are gonna get a reading of the full moon, or the new moon, I'm sorry, into Leo, which is going to be a reading of these 5 card spread. So let me, guys, explain you how the stream is gonna move forward. Just give me a second here to put JT into the list. Right. So within this stream, I'm going to make 12 readings, one for each star sign, starting from Aries and ending up with Pisces at the end. And alongside with that, there are going to be 3 free readings giveaway. So three people which are here into the live stream are going to receive a free reading from me. That is the only way how you do get a free reading from me. That is, I'm saying that because I am getting a lot of emails. Are you doing free readings? Yes, in the live streams, which are happening here publicly. So the first free reading is going to be after Cancer. The second free reading is going to be after Scorpio, and the final one is going to be after a Pisces. Also, anyone who supports the channel, the stream, me, Pisces Moonbeam as well. Through Super Chat, you guys are going to get your readings at the end. That's given. And should your Super Chat be $20 or above, if you don't have, because I know that some of you doesn't have that option, even if it is $19.99, that still qualifies. Your reading is going to be the 5-card spread, which I am just using. And finally, if any of you wishes a personal reading with me, you can go to my website, which you're going to find in the description down below. And there at the very front page, you will see full list of my services and as well their pricing. So with that said, moving on, first we do have Aries. And yeah, you said that about the orgasm. All right, Aries first. First card for Aries, this is going to be the 3 of Cups, followed by the second card for Aries, that will be Temperance. Moving on with the third card, we do have the Ace of Cups, followed by the fourth card, which is the 10 of Pentacles. And the final one, that is going to be the 8 of Swords for Aries. But that's all right, JT. Like I said, it still qualifies. Right, so quite of a pleasant couple of weeks ahead of Aries for what we can see here. Now, Aries, you guys gotta prepare yourself for some, for the lack of a better word, I will use it, discrepancies with the opinions of others. In other words, you are to see that if people do get along with you, that would be immaculate. I mean, you are gonna have such a great time. But those who doesn't get along with you, there will be that hostility, lack of respect, the opposite of solidarity, the opposite of compassion. Okay, that is what you are gonna kind of face of these people. That's why it's very important not to try to make your point in front of them, because at least for in the next couple of weeks, it doesn't look like that you will be able to. And even more so, you will find it very surprising that people that can understand you best, where you are at, what kind of difficulties you are going through, what do you want, and so on and so forth, primarily are people from your past. So therefore, into the next couple of weeks, it best time used is going to be a time where you try to mend or resuscitate, that is, a relationships from the past. You do have an ex that you're thinking about, well, give him or give her a call. You do have a friend that you haven't heard from a very, very long time, but you do have them in mind, give them a call, and so on and so forth. It's very important that you do build up your environment in the next couple of weeks in a way that people do share your, let's say, compassion. People do share your enthusiasm as well. That is because there will be quite a few instances in the next couple of weeks where there is going to be quite a good fortune which is going to be bestowed upon you, and it will be best if you do share that good fortune with those around you, because shared happiness is half, tripled, or quadrupled the happiness depending on how many people you can share it with. With the energies which are supporting you within the next couple of weeks, Aries, it does look like that you're gonna find out for yourself, that is, that there are some stoppers, that there are some boundaries you have bestowed upon yourself, boundaries which there is no need to be there, and therefore it seems that you're gonna lift up those self-imposed limitations, and from that what follows, it is that you are to see that you can pretty much go for more, make more, do more, and so on and so forth. How much more? Well, that depends on you how many of these limitations you are going to lift. And finally, what I like to say it is that it's, can I put it into words? In terms of the lesson that you need to learn into the next couple of weeks, it is the lesson of positioning yourself in a comfortable environment. What I like to say for such kind of a situations, it is that one should not push oneself where one is not wanted, right? So just go where you are appraised, appreciated, and wanted, and you are gonna have a great time. Those who doesn't want you to be there, it's their loss, and you totally don't have to be there. So that is for Aries. And one thing I forgot to mention here before I wrap it up, it is that you can expect some initial results. I don't know if you have Aries started any businesses recently, or you are initiated in an idea, or you just recently started seeing somebody or a relationship, whatever you recently have started, you are going to start seeing a initial results on that matter. Right, so next one we do have Taurus. First one for Taurus, this is going to be the Hermit, followed by the second card, which stands as the Magician. Moving on next, that is going to be the Ten of Pentacles, followed by the fourth card for you, which is the Knight of Wands. And the last card for you, Taurus, that is going to be the Sun card. Okay, so for the next couple of weeks, Taurus, it will be important not to scatter yourself around. So what will be imperative for you, it is to focus on one thing at the time, without adding that at the time, because that one thing it does look like that you are gonna focus. It's going to take a 25 hours a day, so literally you are going to be consumed by it, and you're going to have no problem with that being consumed by it. So it's not going to be something which you will find aggravating. Now, the bigger issue of the next couple of weeks for you, Taurus, it is that, can I put it into words, is that you're going to have some difficulties getting your points across through colleagues, or to your supervisor, boss, God forbid your wife or husband, right? So you are going to be often misunderstood, so to speak. And by these mixed signals which are going to be sent to you, there is a bit of a menace here where you can do stupid things. Okay, that is defined by the Magician here, sitting into the second position. So what is going to be best for you to do instead, it is, instead of giving yourself to the emotions because people are eluding you into something, or they are taunting you to do something you don't want to, or you don't feel prepared to, instead approach every single situation that it is presented to you with intelligence and wisdom. It is just, emotions should not play any role whatsoever for you into the next couple of weeks, until the moon enters into Aquarius. Sorry. Good thing, or rather like the day savior here, is the sun into the last position here, the sun, which it is the energies that are helping you. and they are promising few things. Now, one among those few things, it is that this substantial endeavor which you are going to be entirely focused on is going to little by little grow. So there will be an expanding energy of growth there. Additionally to it, it will be a natural progression. So literally there will be no unexpected circumstances, for a lack of better expression. And best way how you can go about what is going to come to your way, or rather like what you are going to face into the next couple of weeks, Taurus, is if you manage your investments well. What I mean is that if you do analyze through your wisdom and intelligence, once again, you should not approach it, or rather like address the situation emotionally here. If you analyze that it's not worth it, then it is not worth it. And what is going to be the biggest factor here? Well, your independence. So whenever you have to invest, whether your time, whether your money, or whether your efforts, whatever it is that it will require your investment, ask yourself, am I going to be independent if I do invest? If no, then it's not a good investment. If yes, then it is a good investment. But long story short, here at the end of this road, which is going to be quite of a lonely road, okay? At the end of this road, Taurus, you are going to end up in a quite of a substantial position. So you're going to have that big thing, whether a big relationship, or whether a big job, or whether a big client, whatever that substantial and essential thing that you are going to focus on. And that pretty much is going to shape and pave your near future under it, which, well, how can I put it into words? Is going to grant you stability, if nothing else. Right, so that was for Taurus. Now moving next, we do have Gemini. Hey, Taco. Welcome to the stream, mate. Gemini, first one for you, that is going to be the Two of Wands, followed by the second card, which is the Six of, the Two of Cups. I'm sorry, that's not the Two of Wands, it is the Two of Cups. The second one, that is going to be the Six of Wands. Moving on, next we do have the Wheel of Fortune, followed by the fourth card of the Queen of Pentacles. And the final one, that is going to be the Devil. And hello, Taco. Good evening, mate. All right. It's a bit of a tough news. Well, that's the thing, guys. Whenever you do a spread, a tarot spread, and you know that you do have these positions there, which is what works against you, etc., etc. Having the Six of Wands, it is one of these positions. It's rather an underwhelming sign, because it pretty much means that either the recognition you are expecting or the rewards that you are expecting, they either are not gonna come around, or even worse, they are going to be tainted with something, whether tainted with a condition, right, or whether tainted with how do you call it, when you kind of like feel obliged, right? So even though, like I said, results may come your way into the next couple of weeks, there are going to be strings attached. And this is as far as the unpleasant experience for you, Gemini, for the next couple of weeks it's going. So I strongly suggest you, instead of working yourself to death in the next couple of weeks, focus on your personal relationships, like your social life instead. And with that Two of Cups as a of your environment, it's going to be quite of a breakthrough out there for those of you, Gemini, which you don't have any person of interest, or you are single and so on and so forth. There is definitely someone coming in, and if you are focused on the tainted rewards, or that the rewards aren't there at all, you can miss it. Okay, you can miss it. And by the wheel of fortune into the third position, it seems that this is going to be once in a lifetime individual, in a sense of that there isn't anyone in your lifetime like that coming your way. I mean, there could be one better or there could be one worse, but like that, no. So I have nothing in Gemini, but if I did, I'm sure I would not wanna miss this one. And you will kind of like feel the drive and the pull right away. We do have the Devil card here into the fifth position, which is the energies that are supporting you. And basically, as far as your personal interactions and personal relationships go, Gemini, you're gonna have it your way. It's basically whatever you say go, and that's why into the next couple of weeks, sapping them, or rather like relinquishing your personal life for your career life, it's going to be the underwhelming decision, at least according to these cards, because progress is done exactly into your personal life instead of your career. So a lesson that you need to learn, though, it is a that's couple of things. Now the first one, it is that it's not enough to have something unless you do not have it secure, whatever that's supposed to mean for your life. And the second thing as a lesson, it is that there is always something to develop. So even if you thought that this is the maximum of one friendship or of one relationship or of one interaction, you better think again and try to develop even more than that, because it's definitely possible into the next couple of weeks. And one thing I wanna say, for those of you who are already in interaction, like in a relationship, or you already have a person of interest and so on and so forth, things can definitely work out in between you two, whatever obstacles you are facing. But in order that to happen, you both need to have to lift a heavy weight, so to speak. With the Two of Cups, two people need to meet in the middle. No matter how much you are owed or how much you owe the other one, that doesn't matter, at least not for the next couple of weeks. For the next couple of weeks, think it like you have to start from a scratch, and whatever pride you have, whatever prejudices you experience, whatever grievances you are holding, all these things needs to be buried, and it's kind of like you need to feel it, or at least approach it like it is a brand new interaction. All right, moving next, we do have Cancer. First one for Cancer, that is going to be the Hermit, followed by the second card for Cancer of the Two of Wands. Moving on next, we do have the Two of Cups for Cancer. Afterwards, that is going to be the Star card. And the final one for Cancer, this is going to be the Hangman. Well, it does look like that partnership is coming your way, guys. Most likely a romantic partnership, but as a general reading, it could be as well a business partnership. But nonetheless, partnership is coming your way, and it's gonna be quite of an important one, or rather, I would say, quite of a substantial one. And those cards are advising you to pretty much open yourself for it. That's what the cards are advising here. The thing is that when the person for the partnership appear, now it's not clear from the cards, is it gonna be someone brand new or someone that you already know. What the cards are indicative of through the Two of Wands into the second position, okay, it is that it is a person you didn't had such a partnership up until now. So we are it is out of the question other things are gonna happen up with X or not. It's going to be with someone you didn't have that interaction. Okay, maybe you are friends with that person and you may think of that, okay, so we were friends, why don't we try something more? And I'm saying that because we do have the Hangman at the end, and that is the energies which are going to help you. And what those energies are going to help you of, it is to see things in a different way. So if you have been just I don't want to say the word stubborn, but let's say if you weren't able to fathom how things can work out, well, you will be able to fathom this time around for one or another reason. And the reason actually it is quite simple. Here we do have the Star card into the fourth position, which is the lesson that you are going to learn, and that it is sometimes it's an important lesson, and it is that sometimes what you seek, it's not where you seek it, if that makes sense. So just to give you an example of what I'm trying to say here is that you may be seeking success by being, I don't know, by being a painter, right? But instead you can find success by being an illustrator, or you may seek success by being a HR, while you can find success by being a PR. So it's just kind of like seeing where you can get what you are seeking for, instead of seeking where you can get what you're seeking for. I hope that kind of makes sense. It's a bit of a twisted lesson, but let's put it that way. You can get what you seek from a place that you are not seeking it from. Let's put it that way. Or rather, like, we're talking here about love, because with the Star card, what you are going to learn as well, it is that, and Phil Collins played it, love don't come easy. Okay, it happens bit by bit, because with the Star card, pretty much we're talking here about an unfolding love instead of a instant of such. But that said, guys, watch out. I can't say really the signs, but watch out for what is the choice that makes the most sense out there in terms of whom to go forward with, whether in business or whether in relationship. But partnership is coming your way, Cancer. Hopefully you do not miss it, because that partnership is going to fully, how can I put it into words? It's going to fully cover up whatever ideals and expectations from a partnership you do have. All right, so that concludes the first 4 star signs. And now the first free reading is going to take place. So if any of you guys want a free reading, all that you gotta do is just input a question that you want me to read for into the comments down below. And in about 5 minutes, I'm going to pick one of the questions submitted, if there are any, and I'm going to perform a professional reading on that question. Other than that, for anyone who supports the channel and the stream through Super Chat, you guys are going to get a reading at the end of the stream that's given. And should the Super Chat be $20 or above, the reading is going to be those 5 cards that I'm just performing for the star signs. And of course, if you do wish a personal reading with me, you can always go to my website, which you're going to find in the description down below. And there on the very front page, you're going to see full list of my services and as well their pricing. Well, Taco, Cancer, they, if it is a strong Cancer, I don't think that they know any other way rather than being in an emotional relationship. The thing is that what's, at least for what this reading is showing here, what Cancer need to learn, it is that those emotions, they do have a, how can I put it into words? They need to be trained, so to speak. You know, they happen bit by bit rather than having this avalanche of them. Hey, Robin. Oh, Liz. Always glad to have you around. Yeah, Lauren, thank you. Thank you so much. That's how much I have been around, I think. At least in this channel. In other channels for a lot longer. Taco, thank you so much for your 22 US dollars. Thank you, Taco. Make sure that you do stick around up until the very end of the stream, where you're gonna get a personal reading, which is going to be the 5 cards spread that I'm using for the star signs. All right, so quite of a few contenders here. So I'm going to make a few notes before I go for the question I picked up. Chandra, is the business trip gonna come up? Now, travels are quite irrelevant for tarot. That will be best asked for astrologer, okay? Because if you are meant to be successful, you are going to be regardless where you go. That is how tarot operates. I saw another one which is about, I wanted to address here. For Robin, will I get a new job? Now that's a thing. What tarot can show you, it is the likelihood. Other than that, they cannot definitively tell you. That is because tarot is not meant to make decisions for anyone. And are you gonna get a job or not depends on what the people who are gonna give you the job are going to decide. Whoever tells you that they can definitively answer, they're lying, because there is no tarot card showing that you are going to get a job. There is no such a tarot card. So all right, Tracy McHugh, will these rocky waters be breaking soon? Let's check it out. Hello, 111 GM. I hope you do enjoy the show. Only if you ask about Robin, because like I said, they cannot make choices for you. So literally they cannot tell you what you should do. Well, they can, but not in a way you are probably expecting. They cannot tell you, yeah, you definitely should study I don't know, geology, right? Or something like that. You gotta ask what you are having in mind or your preferences, and they can tell you how good you are going to becoming that. All right, Tracy, so those are your 4 cards here. Okay, so we do have the 4 of Pentacles. The second card for you, it is the Ace of Swords. Moving on next, that is going to be the 2 of Pentacles, and the final one, we do have the King of Wands. Well, the thing it is that about these murky waters that you are talking about, it seems that you don't know even the half of it. Okay, there are quite a few things to come up into the surface yet. However, you will be able to stabilize, and if I have to estimate by the cards, it seems that it's going to be by the mid of September. So it's approaching. A month and a half from now, you should be in a far better place, being able to see a steady and secure future in front of you. At that time, by the middle of September, you're going to have a very good idea what kind of a accomplishments you gotta make. So you will have an ambition to chase and to follow, not to mention as well that your personal life in terms of having fun and personal time and in generally enjoying yourself is going to be far superior than the time that you are having right now. It's just the issue, it is that you do not know everything around you as the circumstances, and it's like you are acting on a, how can I put it? It's like trying to shoot a target in a dark room right now. So that is the reason why you are having these so-called a murky waters. Anna, thank you so much for your 20 US dollars. Thank you, Anna. Make sure that you do stick around up until the end, where you are gonna get your reading for the new moon into Leo, which is going to be that a 5-card spread, which I am doing for the star signs as well. Right, guys, couple of minutes, and afterwards, Leo, it's or Leo, it's Leo, right? So Leo is going to be on the horizon for a reading, and I'm gonna use the time to shuffle here. My condolences, Liz. Right, Leo. First one, 6 of Cups, followed by the second card, which stands as the Star card. Moving on next, we do have the 4 of Cups. Then for Leo, that is going to be the King of Cups. And the final one for Leo, that is going to be the Page of Cups. So we do have quite of an emotional cycle for you guys in front, which is not going to be something you would like to go through. For what it seems, that is because we do have the Star card into the second position. The way that I am imagining how this is gonna take place for you, Leo, it is that you will have a how can I put it into words? You're gonna have a one idea how you want to spend the next couple of weeks, whether chasing a project, whether chasing some kind of a development. But quickly it's going to turn out that this development, it's going to be unrealistic chase, at least for the next couple of weeks. Now, I'm not saying that it's not going to work out. I'm saying that it's not going to work out in the next couple of weeks. For numerous reasons, mainly because whether you're going to lack resources at that point, or it's just not going to depend on you, which is the most likely reason. You know, you want to go somewhere with someone, but they are just not ready to do that, and nothing you can do about it, no matter how much you are trying to establish that. So instead, it's a time to have fun. That is all that the transit is revolving around for you guys. So that is all that the transit is revolving around. Just do whatever you like, right? But that depends only on you. That does not involve other people. So attend to projects that you would enjoy doing, or relate with people that you enjoy spending time with. Very, very important. And it is important here to learn, and that is that the next couple of weeks are going to teach you to do. It is to learn how to tame your emotions, because at the end of the day, your emotions are sacred. That is literally how it stands. You will see that your emotions are sacred, and they need to be shown only in front of those which are worthy to see your emotions. So I am sorry, I don't have anything to tell you in terms of development, because there are no development aside from that you're going to be happy, okay? Or you can make yourself happy by doing small things. That is exactly what you need to learn in the next couple of weeks, okay? To find happiness into the small things in life, to wake up in the morning and drink your coffee in how can I put it into words, in peace, and enjoy it, okay, instead of thinking about corporate things and how you're going to go about that sophisticated situation. Who cares? I mean, only thing that is going to matter at the end of the day is how much you smiled throughout the day itself. But this is going to change. You should take on the next couple of weeks as a calming before the storm, so to speak, okay? Oh my God. I do apologize. So a calming before the storm. And in the next couple of weeks, you are going to see where those changes are going to take place within your environment, and you will be able to position yourself very, very well. But if you do want to, how can I put it into words, participate in something important, in case you are not up to indulging yourself with small things in life, you are going to have that opportunity. It just is not going to be within what you prefer to do, and that is shown here by the Four of Cups. Karen, thank you so much for your $6 cumulatively. Thank you, Karen. Danny and Liz as well, thank you so much, guys, for $20 each. Thank you. Make sure that you all stick around up until the end of the stream, where you all guys are going to get a reading. Danny and Liz, you are going to get a 5-card spread reading, the very same I'm doing for the star signs. Oh, so that is one for me, one for Pisces Moonbeam. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Karen. Oh, Mattia, thank you so much for your $20 as well. Thank you, Mattia. All right, next one. Hold on a second here, guys. I got overwhelmed a little bit. And Ginger. Another for Pisces Moonbeam. Thank you, Ginger. I guess I do have a lot to answer to her. Pisces Moonbeam, that is. And Karen, again, thank you so much for your $5. Thank you, guys. All right, so next one, we do have Virgo. All right, Mattia, you mentioned that you are very, very busy, so have a good night rest. And thank you for stopping by, and see you around. All right, Virgo, oh my God, we do have the moon card for you guys. That is always very serious when you have it, especially as the prime of the reading, you know, the very first card. For example, Lauren, you asked, I believe, am I on the right track? If you are Virgo, yeah, you are. I mean, that's the indication here. Having the moon on the very first position, which is the environment, what is the situation right now? It is that you are on the right track, although you may not know where you are going at. So we do have the moon card, followed by the Six of Pentacles. Moving on, next we do have the Page of Pentacles. The fourth card for you, Virgo, that is going to be the Chariot. And the final one, that is going to be the World. So these are cards of miracle. And I'm saying cards of miracle because it's literally what they say is that within the next couple of weeks you are gonna pull it off or pull it through. Is it how you call it? Pull it off, like making it happen, right? So that is how it stands for you, Virgo, for the next couple of weeks. Colossal efforts, guys. It is what is gonna be expected from you. Here, having the Chariot card into the fourth position, it pretty much means how you will learn to literally surpass, and not just only surpass, but as well surprise yourself with what you are capable of, whether into your career or whether into your relationship as well. And I don't know if that's a trend of Virgo. Maybe Pisces Moonbeam will be able to say, but if you are having a low opinion of yourself, you will learn how to be proud of your achievements. You definitely are going to, because like I said, you will surprise even yourself with what a good of a performance you're going to make, either on a love front, on a career front, or entirely in your life. I don't know how to translate that from my language, but we do have a parable here in our country where two brothers got stuck with their carrot in the woods, and they were calling for an entity because their father told them, you know, call for the forest spirit, so to say, and it's that spirit is gonna come and is going to fix your cart. And there is no forest spirits, and they were calling and calling and calling, and no one came until they kind of like got tired of calling it out, and they fixed the card themselves. So literally this is how it's going to stand. Probably you are going to wait someone to help you, and you're going to seek a help around, and you're going to see that no one is able to help you, or no one wants to help you, and at the end of the day you're going to make it yourself. So probably these cards are referring to whether a business endeavors or something personal that does not involve other people. Nonetheless, it seems that you will be able to, like I said, pull it off, and that is going to set you on a path which you are meant to find yourself at. Whether this is going to sling you into the job you are meant to be, or is going to attract you to the person you are meant to be at, whatever it is, guys, it seems that the fate is going to start playing a role in your life. And if you aren't on the right track up until this point, you are about to be. One advice here from the cards, especially for all of you Virgo who are single, there is a friend of yours around you which there is a possibility, and they want to as well, to be more than just a friend with you. So all that you gotta do is just look around yourself and see who is the one who is always forgiving, so to speak, a person that always wants to help you even if you don't want their help, someone who always tries to keep your spirit lifted even if you are down in the dumps, the person who is unconditionally next to you, the person who values you more than they are valuing themselves. And that is how you're gonna recognize that person whom you can be in a relationship with. Now, if you are feeling a little bit emotionally disturbed into the next couple of weeks, that is very normal. It is because not all of the circumstances have been formed yet, and it is just because you don't know what happens next. That is what is going to cause that emotional disturbance. But do not fall for it, guys. Do not deviate from the path that you are going to build for yourself with your colossal efforts. So that was for Virgo. Now moving next, we do have Libra. Lauren, thank you so much for your $4.99 US dollars, Lauren. Make sure that you do stick around up until the end, where you're gonna get a reading for the new moon into Leo. Libra. First one, that is going to be the Nine of Swords, followed by the second card, which is the Nine of Cups. Moving on next, we do have the Seven of Swords, followed by the Five of Swords. The final one is going to be the Sun. What do you know? Oops. These five cards here. These five cards here. All right, so oh my god, you guys are gonna hate me for it, I believe. That is because these cards are screaming for Libra. They are shrilling even. That's you have to start looking out for yourself. And when I say you got to start looking out for yourself, I mean that you got to be selfish, at least for the next couple of weeks. That is how those cards stands. Now we do have the Seven of Swords into the third position, and I do want to emphasize a little bit on this card. So what we do have into the card, it is a guy, right? We do have a guy who is running away from a war camp. Now, many interpreters are saying that with the Seven of Swords, you are going to be lied and deceived. And if you are the war camp, yeah, you are going to be lied because you probably are depending on this person here, okay, on this person who is walking away from your agenda, from your wall. But if you are the person, you are abandoning the war camp because you don't want to fight someone else's war, and that is exactly what you gotta do, Libra. It was a, and that is going to be a little bit of a disclosure here. When I first met Pisces Moonbeam, she was working for another website. Actually, she was my manager back then. She is sort of right now as well, but she tested me. Okay, she came to me, she pulled her own card. The question was something like, am I gonna get back my whatever? Okay, and she drew the Seven of Swords. And I remember there was many other readers that she was testing as well, and she mentioned one other reader that told her, well, that she's lied and she's never gonna get what she's after. And when she asked me, I said, well, did you ask for it? I mean, did you send a message or something like this to remind these people that you are waiting what they owe you? And she said, no. Well, do it, I said, because that is exactly how the Seven of Swords stands. You gotta stand for yourself. You gotta show strong backbone. You gotta storm the situation. That is exactly, Libra, what you gotta do into the next couple of weeks. Because as soon as she sent them the email or whatever, she got the money back, because they were a money that she was waiting for to get paid, that is. In any case, that is how you, Libra, well, yeah, well, sort of. It is because I am insubordinate. That's why I'm saying sort of, but your ideas are well heard, Pisces Moonbeam. In any case, that is how you gotta play your game into the next couple of weeks, Libra. You gotta, whatever you want, you shouldn't accept it as a something given, but something you can take. Because with the Five of Swords, that is the most important lesson in this world. Whatever it is, it does not belong to the one by right, but it belongs to the one who takes it. And you gotta take it with whatever means you are willing to how can I put it into words, to spend for as valued what you are after is. Because the environment we do have here with the Nine of Swords, yeah, I remember that. But with the Nine of Swords, guys, if you are hoping the things are gonna work out magically, that is not how it's gonna work out. Nine of Swords, it is when you are going to have that constant fear, if you will, that you are going to be left alone in the cold, you're not going to get paid, you're going to be kicked from the job unless you actually grapple the how was it called? The reins. Oh my God. Grapple the reins and actually navigate your steed forward, if that makes sense. It's going to be a dirty job. I mean, you're not going to feel any pleasure from it. That is the indicative of that, or the indication of that. It is the Nine of Cups into the second position, which speaks that it is unlikely that you're going to find happiness of what you are doing, but what you are going to be doing, it is necessary for your payment, for your growth, and for your agenda above everything else. And finally here, the energies which are helping you and supporting you of the Sun card. It is Sun card as energy. It is just an energy of growth. So whatever you attend to is going to grow, and that's why it is important in the next couple of weeks to attend to the things which are denied to you. Storm the situation and just move forward with your personal agenda. So definitely, if you are used into something, if you are leading battles and wars which are not yours, you gotta make severance into the next couple of weeks so you can start doing your own things. You can, instead of working for someone, establish your own business. Instead of trying to fix someone else's relationship, fix your relationship. You know, do things which are good for you And who knows, are they good or not for others? It's just you gotta be, well, there is no other way to say it. You gotta be selfish, at least according to these cards, for the next couple of weeks. Now, moving next, we do have Scorpio. Two of Wands, it is the first one, followed by the Star card. Moving on next, we do have the King of Swords of all cards. Then it is the Knight of Cups. And the final one, that is going to be the Three of Cups. Such a weird read. That is such a weird read. It's you know, these situations, guys, where you think the whether a person or a job, whatever, you know, it's going to be best for you, and then you figure out halfway through that that's not actually any better, right? And you just change direction. Or that is literally how things are happening. I don't know if this is how you call, or that is how this movie is called in English, the wedding, the wedding runaway, or the bride runaway, or the runaway bride, or whatever. Just before you reach the altar, you just kind of like make a 180 and you relinquish it. So for Scorpio, it seems that into the next couple of weeks there is going to be a change of plan, a change of scenery, a change of direction, a change of a goal as well. And this this establishment that is going to change isn't something which is for a long time with us. Okay, that is a how can I put it into words? It is a change of for example, of a position or of a job that we have just started. The runaway bride, yeah, it's exactly so. That is just the title. But imagine that a couple of weeks ago we wanted to buy a car, and we fixed on a particular car, and then with the help of that King of Swords energy, by the way, which is a very, very careful analysis, we figure out in the next couple of weeks that we don't need that car, right? I mean, we don't have a family, so why do we need an SUV for that? We can do with just a little car for, I don't know, for a town movement, instead of having that big truck in our garage or whatever. So it is becoming more practical than anything else. Now, that doesn't mean that later into the future we cannot accomplish that previous goal. It is just the goal is going to be different. Of course, we can change our hearts in regards to suitors as well. Up until this point, we may think that one suitor is best, but into the next couple of weeks, realizing that they are no good for us, whether it's because they bring a lot of drama into our life, whether because they don't correlate with our expectations, and so on and so forth, and therefore we do change as well that suitor. It is just there is going to be a change of heart with what we want. And here into the next couple of weeks, we as a Scorpio, we are gonna definitely learn to identify where the dreams of our heart are truly lying, right? Instead of kind of like beguiling ourselves into believing that someone is something or someone is going to make our life better, but actually they will have little to none contribution. And if you are thinking that, you know, people are going to hate us for it, like people are going to hate us for that we are changing our heart, that's not true, because the energies which are supporting us here of the Three of Cups, in fact, people are going to say, oh my, thank God, I mean, you have a flash of insight here, because you are kind of like ramming into that downslope, and you know, very soon things would have been irreversible. But at the end of the day, it seems that we made a last minute right turn here into the next couple of weeks. Another thing with this Three of Cups as an energy, it is that whatever we try to manifest is gonna start working. Now that doesn't mean that it's going to be complete, but it's gonna start working, so we better start making what we want to make the way we want to make it, instead of start making things that's, you know, we are told to do. Chandra, thank you so much for your 1999 US dollars. Thank you, Chandra. Make sure that you do stick around up until the end of the stream, where you're gonna get your personalized reading for the new moon in Leo, which is going to be those 5 card spread. So with that said, now the second free reading is going to take place. One of you guys is going to get a free reading, and all that you got to do is just input a question into the comments down below, which question, or rather like a question that you want me to read for with tarot. I'm going to give you about 5 minutes, and after those 5 minutes I'm going to pick one of these questions and I'm going to perform a professional reading on it, if there are any questions. For any of you who supports the stream, the channel, me, Pisces Moonbeam as well, through Super Chat, you guys are going to get a reading at the end of the stream that's given. And should your Super Chat be $20 or above, the spread, or rather like the reading, is going to be this 5-card reading, which I am doing for the star signs. And finally, if you do wish to have a personal reading with me, you can always go to my website, which you're going to find in the description down below. And there at the very front page, you will see full list of my services and as well their pricing. Lisa, my accent is from all over the place. Okay, because English is not my native, and in fact I learned English quite late into my life. I think that I knew a little bit of an English when I was 26, but my English actually started improving a lot when I started doing tarot readings, and it is because I am talking with people from all over the world. Everybody brings a little bit from their own accent uh, into my assimilation, so to speak, and it's kind of like it's all mixed up. Probably I do have a little bit of a Scottish accent, Irish accent, definitely I do have a little bit of a Australian accent, etc., etc. Yeah, it's a good deck. Secrets of Tarot. It's a good deck. I have it right there. Is there something wrong around you, Taco? Like, do you have any concerns? All right. Uh, Only two questions. I'm gonna address Karen first. Karen, I cannot definitively answer for that. I can only tell you, are you going to improve or not in terms of health? Or I cannot tell you how much. And because health tarot is not designed to read for health, I cannot definitively answer you for that. So, Ginger, about your house, let's check it out. The house you saw last night. Is it gonna be a good investment? There. Well, Ginger, nothing out of the ordinary in a sense of that there is gonna be definitely some additional investments that you're gonna have to make. Okay, like reconstruction, renovation, etc., etc. Definitely, the house can become your dream house. Okay, so if you get it for the right price, by all means, but definitely it's not without how can I put it into words, it's not perfect by all means. Okay, but for as far as investment go, yeah, it's a good investment, at least according to these cards. Karen, thank you so much for another $3 for Taco. Taco already have a reading, but okay, I'm gonna make him one more. Oh yeah, with your father. Yeah. Well, money is always a drama, isn't it? I mean, a couple of minutes, guys, and we're moving for the next one, which is going to be Sagittarius. Hmm. Ooh. Thank you, Tony. I don't know. It's this with the sneezing. It's some kind of an allergy, but it's not a dust allergy. It's not from anything in my house. It is because I'm sneezing everywhere I go. So I don't know what it is with it, and it always from this nostril here. So it's something with that nostril, the left one. Probably I should go and kind of have myself checked. Thank you, Tracy. Too many things. All right, I take it. I take it. All right, Sagittarius. Next. So, all right. First one for Sagittarius. We do have the Two of Cups, followed by the second one, which is the Eight of Pentacles. Moving on next, that is going to be the Four of Swords, followed by the Magician. And the final one for Sagittarius, we do have the Ten of Wands. Okay, so these 5 cards here. So it's all about negotiations with Sagittarius and how you're gonna get along with people around you in your work, in your social circle as well, into your social environment. Important thing to know, guys, it is that no matter how much conscientiousness you are going to incorporate with your actions, it's still not going to be enough. It's only going to be a half, how can I put it into words, a half ingredient, or rather like one half of the ingredients of the mixture. You really need to how can I put it into words, to talk to people, to explain yourself to people, and to be open as well. So how can I put it into words? You need to be relatable, if that makes sense, for the Sagittarius. You need to be relatable with those you want to make you want to make love with those you want to make a job with those you want to make business with, those you want to make a friendship as well. People need to start feeling you as a loyal and faithful companion. And you may ask, well, all right, that's great, but how do I do that? Oh, that's the most easiest thing in the world. At least for the next couple of weeks, all that you gotta do is just be yourself. Okay? Don't do things people ask you or make you do if that is not who you are. This is the time to probably quote our slogan, Pisces Moonbeam slogan, actually. Remember who you are, and not just only remember it, but as well do it into the next couple of weeks here. So you are seeing the Two of Cups at the very prime of the reading, which is your environment, and you may asking yourself, is there a possibility to fall in love or someone to fall in love with me? Yes, there is. But once again, that person needs to see you for who you are and feel peace with it. And that can only happen if you do make a connection, and that person relates to you through that connection. This is here described with the Four of Swords, and doing that instead of the Eight of Pentacles, which is trying to fit with all the minor details that this person is expecting, which is not the way how you should move on forward. And you definitely are going to learn, Sagittarius, into the next couple of weeks. It is how to make your points across without concerning yourself. Is that without concerning yourself, is the other person agreed to that point of yours or not? Those whom are going to be agreed are going to be with you up until the very end, so to speak, rather than being there with a how can I put it into words, with a fallacious intentions, so to speak. Of course, for those of you Sagittarius who are single, next couple of weeks definitely someone is showing up, right? Someone is appearing into your environment, and the best way to attract their intentions, or rather like their attention, sorry, it is by showing how loyal and how faithful you can be. Should you be confused what you are feeling toward one person or another, definitely make a contact with them, talk with them about your feelings, and that is how you will understand what you truly are feeling toward them and how you actually stand within the situation as well. Mighty efforts, or rather like your efforts, are gonna pay off, and you are gonna reap rewards for your efforts, especially mental and verbal efforts into the next couple of weeks. That's why if you don't like something, talk about it. If you do want something, ask, because if you don't ask, the answer always is going to be no. Hey Danny. All right, next one, we do have Capricorn. Well, we're talking TV shows now. All right, so the last TV show I watched, which I liked, that was Lincoln Lawyer, I believe. Yeah, it was Lincoln Lawyer. It's a pretty good show, guys. The last TV show I watched and I hated, I just, that was Wheel of Time. And it was so bad, and I wish my voice had a weight so it can crush the. I don't want to get into it. It is so bad. Oh my god, how can you get it wrong? Oh. Right, so anyway, Capricorn, first card for you guys, that is going to be the Ace of Cups, followed by the second one, which is the Ten of Cups. Moving on, next we do have the World, followed by the Six of Wands, and the final card for Capricorn, that is going to be the Death. So these 5 cards. And definitely things are due to change. It's going to be very natural and very maybe unexpected, in a sense of that you wouldn't believe how well things are going to turn out for you. Now we do have the Ace of Cups, which is into the very prime position, and that pretty much says that within your environment, as the change is going to happen, because the change is shown here into the fifth position of the death card, that is the most natural change you can have. It's literally one phase ends and then another one begins, okay? But the way that the new one begins is going to be such an event that all of your concerns are pretty much going to be gone. It's no longer there. For example, if you are concerning yourself with that, am I going to get a job or not? Yes, you will in the next couple of weeks. If you are concerning yourself with, is she love me or not? Yes, she does, and you will find out into the next couple of weeks. It is just this good news or a good follow-up of events, all right, or a circumstances which are going to happen. They're going to transcend your reality, guys, into something you're going to freaking love it. Okay, you're just gonna freaking love it. And that will be pretty much it. All that you fought for, all that's you craved for, believed in, and how can I put it into words? Prayed for. Did I say prayed for? Yeah. All that you prayed for, it's happening, it's there, and all that it's left for you to do is to learn to enjoy it. Do you hear me out, Pisces Moonbeam? You need to learn to enjoy it. Because you Capricorns, and I know very little, okay, but from that astrology course I am taking, what makes what caught my attention with the Capricorn is that Capricorn are very, they do have affinity, so to speak, to believe into the doom and gloom. So something small happens which is temporary rather than something permanent, and for them it is, oh my god, the world is crumbling, it's falling apart, right? No, it isn't. I mean, it's just something temporary. I mean, learn to enjoy what it is around you rather than focusing on that, yeah, unpleasant but tiny detail, okay? So yeah, it will be a great couple of weeks for Capricorn. All you hoped for, it seems that it is it's gonna work out, at least according to these cards. So make sure that you do wrap it up, all right? Because otherwise there is always a chance to miss it. Always a chance to miss it. All right, so that was Capricorn. Now moving next, we do have Aquarius. How did that happen, man? I need to fix my cards, guys. Hold on a second. All right, first one for Aquarius, that is going to be the Page of Wands, followed by the second one, which is the Four of Cups. Moving on next, that is going to be the Three of Wands, followed by the Page of Swords. And the final one for Aquarius, that is going to be the Six of Cups. It's going to be such a carefree transit. I love it. I am rising Aquarius, guys, and on top of it, Jupiter is in my Aquarius. So I hope that this is gonna have a huge manifestation for me. But it is such a carefree couple of weeks for us Aquarius. It is just there is going to be that's really, I would say, quite of a crazy and unique. All right, so that is gonna be a unique idea that is going to develop into our minds, and everybody is gonna think that we are crazy, okay, that we can't pull it through, that we are immature, out of our minds, and so on and so forth. And guess what, we are gonna prove every single one of them wrong, okay, because it seems that we are gonna be able to make it work, and we're gonna have fun while doing it. So quite of a an efficient way to have the next couple of weeks. Therefore, we have to be open for everything new. Okay? And whenever someone tells us you can't do it or this can't be done, all that we need to hear it is that this can be done and we are meant to do it. The reason of this transit coming our way, or the reason the circumstances are working out in such a way for us, is so we are reminded for actually how powerful and strong we are. And unfortunately for those around us, it is also a transit that is going to remind us that we don't need anyone else. Okay, we don't need someone to kind of like boost our ego or enthusiasm. We don't need anyone to hold our hands. We don't need anyone to give us a shoulder to cry on. We are quite of a strong star sign, and we can do literally anything that it is within the framework of our civilization a possible, while having fun doing it, because that is literally how it stands here with the energies which are supporting us. Six of Cups, we are definitely going to have fun in everything we do, whether going out with people or with friends to kind of like hang out, whether tackling with that annoying chore, annoying beforehand, but now we are gonna find a way how we can have a fun with that chore. Additionally to it, if that's something new, happens to be a person that we kind of like have a crush on, or they have a crush on, this is going to be mutual, and the attraction is going to be emotional and simultaneously physical. So that means that we are really gonna like each other. Okay, I mean really gonna like each other. And the advice of the cards for the next couple of weeks, Aquarius, it is go big or go home. Simple simple as that. Guns and blazing, or how guns blazing, right? That was the expression. That is exactly how we should push push forward. We definitely should not settle on a current accomplishment, believing that at this point we don't need anyone else or anything else, I'm sorry. But instead, like I said, we should try to go big or go home. And we don't want to go home. That's definitely go big on your relationship or go home, go big on your job or go home. And definitely the universe has something new to offer us, which will allow us to go big. Hello, Lawrence. Welcome to the stream. All right, last but not least, we do have Pisces. First one for Pisces, that is going to be the Knight of Swords, followed by the second card for Pisces, which is the Four of Wands. Moving on next, we do have the Page of Wands. Afterwards, that is going to be the Fool. And the final one, we do have the King of Cups. Give me a minute, guys. It's like finding a way, finding a missing thing. It's finding a missing thing. So this next couple of weeks are gonna emphasize on situation, whether into your career or whether into your romantic or relationship life, which situation you do toil a lot, but you do make very little to no progress whatsoever. Thank you, Tracy. And in the next couple of weeks, Pisces, you are gonna find out why. Okay, and it seems that there is a an important detail, or rather like a important detail out there, which is eluding you. You are missing it, but you are gonna find it out, like I said, in the next couple of weeks through how can I put it into words, through relying on your intelligence and your mental agility rather than addressing the situation emotionally. And once you do find out this this important detail which is eluding you, just everything is gonna fall into its place. You will know how to tackle the endeavor, whether about your money or business or relationship, like I said, and that is gonna give you a new avenue of addressing the situation. And once that happens, let me check on the. Once that happens, it is just a, how can I put it into words? It is just a whole new deal. Are you going to be successful in it or not? I cannot say from these cards, but you are definitely going to make a much more stronger progress and bigger progress than you were being able to make up until this point. The only thing I can grant you or guarantee you from these cards, guys, it is that within the next couple of weeks, the development or the unfoldment of your life is going to be much more aligned with how you like it than up until this point. And the energies which are supporting you, Pisces, are gonna bring you offerings. What I mean, it is that people are gonna start offering you stuff. Some are gonna offer you to go out on a date with them. Others are gonna offer you some kind of a job or some kind of a work or some kind of a proposal, you know. And all of these offers which are coming your way, there is literally no need for you to deny any of it, especially if it is about a job, because all of these offerings, they are gonna make sense if you think about them rather than, like I said, reacting emotionally on them. Only problem that may you face in the next couple of weeks is if there are so many of them that you just can't answer to all of them. And one last thing for you, Pisces, should you happen to date in the next couple of weeks, don't beguile yourself, guys, to believe that you are in love, because according to these cards is going to be passion. Passion is different from love. Passion is a feeling, love is emotion. Feelings, they are fire, emotions are water, right? So they are a different things. Love is about feeling in peace, while passion is about feeling excited and feeling, you know, active and so on and so forth. So with that said, that is for you, Pisces. And now the last free reading is going to take place. So anyone who wants their question answered through tarot, you can input the question into the comments down below, and in about 5 minutes I'm going to pick one of your questions, if there is any, and I'm going to perform a professional reading on that question. And after that, the super chat readings are going to take place. Anyone who supports the channel and the stream through super chat, you guys are going to get your reading at the end of the stream. And should the super chat be $20 or above, the reading is going to be these 5 cards spread, which I did for all the star signs. $15 lights. Thank you so much for your $20. Thank you. We're gonna check this one out. Is AJ your enemy? Thank you, 15 lights. All right. One question only, and that is for the free reading, and that is from Secrets of the Red Moon Tarot. What will my next year as a teacher brings me? So let's check it out. those are the cards. Secret Moon. And it's gonna bring you all promised. Okay, it's gonna bring you all promised, but nothing more than that. If I have to speculate, cumulative projects, like if the school you're working at has some kind of a programs that it's working under, you are going to be kind of like fitting in those programs, which is going to bring you a more money, so to speak. So you can expect extra work, which is going to be paid off. But other than that, you know, there is not going to be, let's put it that way, ain't gonna be any new beginnings for you whatsoever, in a sense of like new positions, or in a sense of like reorientation and so on and so forth. Just is going to be old song on a new voice, with some extra, how can I put it into words, with some extra cooperative events, which are gonna be pretty nice change of a scenery out there. And like I said, they are going to pay off. Additionally to it, you could be approved or vouched for some kind of a qualification increase, like I don't know how to put it into words, but some kind of a preparation to up into the ranks, but not actually up into the ranks within the framework or within the time frame of the year that it is in front of you. So a good thing that you can do here is just attach yourself to cooperating team, so you can be a part of the team, so you can grow with the team. Right, so that was your answer, and now moving next to the super chat readings. The 5-card spread readings are going to be done at the end of the super chat list, and the first one, it is myself. So because I'm not going to be objective with tarot, I am drawing Lenormand for myself. Karen, one day you are going to get me married. You know that. One day you are going to get me married with those Lenormand readings. All right. So those are my cards, and they literally shows that I will, it's gonna come to my attention, not I will, but it's gonna come to my attention who wants to have sex with me. So literally once, for a change, a woman is gonna say it. I mean, for real, rather than me trying to, you know, for a change. Which is a good thing. I hope I like her. All right, next one, that is going to be Pisces Moonbeam. I hope so. Like I said, I hope I like her. That doesn't mean, listen, the cards are showing that I am going to be proposed. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna agree to. All right, it's different. So to your question, Pisces Moonbeam, what comes next? We do have the Death card. It's shifting gears. So means that what was before is not going to be anymore. Whether things are gonna end up entirely or whether things are going to jump into the next level, one of the two. And because we are on you with the topic, you have one more reading through the super chat from Ginger, because you didn't submit a second question. That is going to be about your new moon in Leo. We do have the Ace of Swords. So a couple of things. First off, with the Ace of Swords, you are gonna know the full extent of your situation. There will be nothing hidden out there, okay? And the second thing about this card, it is that within the next couple of weeks, probably you're gonna lead the most important conversations for quite a while. I don't want to say for the rest of your life, but they are going to be the most important conversations for quite a while. Generally take it that way. All are going to be revealed within the next couple of weeks. Karen, your new moon into Leo, we do have the Eight of Pentacles, Karen. So the trend continues with the Eight of Pentacles. You have to, or you are going to address the details in the next couple of weeks. I don't know how to put it into words for you, Karen, with that card. It's you are gonna make progress, but it's gonna be very slow progress with the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles, it is when you do what you are supposed to do with conscientiousness and you do not cut any corners, and only then you can get closer to the results you are hoping for. So if we do relate that card to the question, are you going to be able to become independent, being able to drive again? Yes, but you have to put a lot of work behind. You can't cut any corners from your therapy that you are undergoing right now, and you have to, how can I put it into words, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger, I was watching his motivational video, and he said you gotta feel the muscle, all right? You gotta feel the muscle growing, you gotta feel the muscle contracting, you gotta be, you gotta put your whole thing into what you are doing. So that is literally what you gotta do into the next couple of weeks. Lauren, we do have the Knight of Swords for you, Lauren. And next couple of weeks are going to be important weeks for you, because you are going to have to make quite a few choices, either about your career or either about your romantic life. And the thing about the Knight of Swords, it is that this is the only court of swords which is taking its feelings or emotions under consideration. So even if you what is presented in front of you does make sense, but you don't feel it, you definitely should not make a choice about it. Only when you have to make a decision, the decision simultaneously should make sense to you, and in the same time should be, oh my god, my foot. Should make sense to you, and simultaneously should be something you want to do, and you are going to have those options. All right, you're going to have those options. Don't make anyone, or don't allow anyone to convince you the other way around. All right, moving, Taco, I'm gonna draw to your emotions. That is from Karen. We do have the World card for your emotional state, Taco, and that card shows that. Can I put it into words? You do need new perspective in order to set your emotions straight. Other than that, this card shows that your emotions are at culmination, or everything that you are worrying about needs to be addressed, so to speak, and that is the only way how you're gonna get your emotions sorted out. 15 lights. Let me shuffle for your reading. Is AJ my enemy? These are the cards. I wouldn't say exactly an enemy. It's just, can I put it into words? 15 lights. With these two cards, they are forming a passive enemies. And at least for now, this doesn't mean for a lifetime, but at least for now, it seems that it's a rare opportunity for you. It's against his or hers rare opportunity as well. So all that you gotta do in order to eliminate AJ as an influence in your life, a negative influence, because it's going to be a negative influence, it is just to exclude, how can I put it into words, your agenda, to have nothing to do with their agenda or with AJ's agenda. I mean, AJ ain't gonna go out of AJ's way, you know, to kind of like interfere with you. In fact, I don't think that they do care much what you are doing, for as long as what you are doing does not interfere with what they're doing. Unfortunately, though, if we're talking about relationships here, doesn't look like that you're going to be able to find a common ground at that point, at least. That is because you can't, how can I put it into words, you both can't see much loyalty into one another for one or another reason, and that is because of the peace. It is just there is no peace in between you two, at least according to these cards. Can things improve? Yes, they can, but in the future. For what those cards, for how the tarot cards are standing, it's 6 months to 1 year. All right, let me shuffle for JT and see what's... But AJ is not a person, 15 lights, that you can do business with, at least at that point, make money with, at least that point, or have a harmonious relationship with, at least that is without a problems, at least at that point. But an enemy, no. He's just a competitor, let's put it that way. It's a competitor. So let me give you an example. Let's say you like AJ's friend, but an AJ's friend likes or how can I put it into AJ's friend likes you as well. But your influence on AJ's friend changes the AJ's friend, and AJ doesn't like that. Does AJ hates you? No, but AJ sees you as a competitor to AJ's friend, and that's why AJ considers you as a not enemy but a competitor and influences you, right? So that is how it stands. All right, JT, your first card is Judgment, followed by the Eight of Pentacles. Moving on next, we do have the Eight of Swords, followed by the fourth card of the Knights of Cups, and the final card for you, JT, that is going to be the Eight of Cups. So what those cards here are screaming, it is that things are going to be a-okay. Hold on a second here. You're welcome. So JT, those cards are showing that things are gonna be a-okay. There is a missing piece of the puzzle of the situation, whether career-wise or whether relationship-wise, and that missing piece is about to fall into its place. And while the situations or the situation right now, it's kind of underwhelming. I can't say that it is bad, but it is underwhelming. And what I mean underwhelming is that, say you are in a situation in your job And you do have your options available, right? It's not like you are with your hands tied behind your back. But none of these options, it's kind of like a perfect option. I mean, there is compromise to all of them. And you just don't know which one to take, because each one of them, it is not a perfect option. Well, within the next couple of weeks, that perfect option is gonna pop up, or literally is gonna be available for you. And at that point, you will understand that, or rather, like, you will see that it goes beyond. I mean that if now you are in a box, when that option shows up, this is going to pretty much pop up the box, and you will be able to go for a lot more than you are seeing in front of yourself right now. And what you are gonna learn, it's a pretty important lesson, JT. It is that never give up hope, right? Whatever dreams you have, no matter how difficult it is, thou should not give up on thy dreams. You should not give up on your dreams. Well, this situation though will require self-belief, so I hope you do believe in yourself, because it will be can I put it into words? If you don't, no one will be able to make you take the right choice, which you are going to stand in front of in the next couple of weeks. Huge revelation, a wake-up call, and I hope you answer it, because it's coming your way. Right, next one, that is going to be Taco. So bottom line here, JT, it is that the cue you are waiting for, it's coming next couple of weeks. Three of Swords, Taco. First one, followed by the Queen of Swords. Moving on, next we do have the Three of Wands. The fourth card for you, it is the Queen of Cups. And the final card is the Knight of Wands. Well, next couple of weeks, Taco, they are gonna be hectic. I mean, there is gonna be that hectic wavering within you. I mean, you are mentioning it right now, that you are feeling uneasy, right? And that is shown here by the Three of Swords, which is your environment. And unfortunately, Taco, within the next couple of weeks, there are gonna be some unpleasant, I don't want to say events, things which you are gonna have to endure. Primarily those things, whether events or whether you're gonna talk with someone and you ain't gonna hear what's you ain't gonna like what you hear. It is just their purpose. It is to twist and tangle your mind, right? And you should not allow that to happen. Instead, what you should rely on is positive thinking, because that is literally the only way how you can actually how can I put it into words, not exactly grow, but it is like make progress. Giving yourself to the negative thoughts is gonna make you careless, is gonna make you if you will as well, a ruthless, and believe me, you do have a lot to lose for what I can see into these cards. What those cards are showing here is that up until this point you do have somewhat of a right approach and you don't need to change anything. I mean, the pattern, you are on a well-established patterns, okay? And just because you are feeling uneasy and you may have the belief into the doom and gloom should not be a prerequisite for you to change your strategy. For now, you should keep up exactly the way how you are keeping it up, because you are, like I said, you are paving a way, okay, establishing a patterns which are going to be a good which are oh my god, a second. So you are establishing patterns which are going to have a good follow-up according to the energies which are supporting you. The Knights of Wands, it kind of speaks that you're going to have a quite of a big momentum. So energy, kind of like energy to deal with stuff, it's not going to be a problem for you, and the readiness to reach or to go to the very end is going to be very, very prominent. So it all comes to that, the guts, or rather like the courage that you need to find in yourself to keep up moving, to keep up negotiating for this money, for example, and do not allow a temporary setback or setbacks, right, to negatively influence your enthusiasm to push forward. Right, next one, Anna. But you should prepare, Taco, for a little bit of a mental cruelty, someone to insult you here and there, someone to tell you how you can't do things, etc., etc. So be prepared for that, mate. First one for you, Anna, Page of Wands, followed by the Death card. Moving on next, we do have Judgment. Afterwards, that is going to be the Moon card. And the final one for you, Anna, that is going to be the Seven of Swords. So that is going to be a short one, because next couple of weeks, what these cards are showing for you, Anna, is that the next couple of weeks you will understand that you made the right choice, and there is no going back from it. Okay, that's literally what those cards here are showing. I don't have much to say aside from that. In the next couple of weeks, Anna, you are going to be presented with new developments, or rather like a new things that you will not gonna have much choice of participating. You will have to participate. It will feel like this isn't something you have signed up for, okay, but taking it under a careful consideration, you will see that actually that's a good thing, and you should to participate into these new openings, so to speak. Other than that, if we do relate that reading to your question about the new job, it should turn out much better than the old one. In fact, if that's the choice you made recently, you definitely made the only right choice that it was out there, because what those cards here are showing, it is that you will, well, translated into a humane language, you will learn to live with your choices. But on the grand scheme things here, it's a lesson where you need to learn to go along with your fate. That's literally how the lesson stands. Taco, even up your game a little bit. Yeah, follow the plans, but as well up your game a little bit, despite that people are telling you how no good you are. Danny, next one, Danny. All right, first one for you, Danny, Queen of Cups, followed by the second card of the King of Pentacles. Moving on, next we do have the Seven of Wands, followed by Page of Cups, and the final one for you, Danny, Wheel of Fortune. Guard what you love. Simple as that. It's these cards here are showing that someone has some well, you have something that someone else wants, and in the next couple of weeks you literally will have to deflect the attempts that thing to be taken from you, which is literally a handicap because you do have such so much more leverage than the person that wants to take what you have. And there is a two ways how these people act according to these cards. They're either gonna tempt you, okay, like offering you something else for what you have, okay. So if that person wants your, say, wants your expertise, okay, because that could be something that that person wants. Your expertise is something you have, and they offer you a job which on paper looks much better than the job you're working at right now. But if you think about it, if you do research it a little bit, you will see that actually it's far, far worse. Okay, so this is how these people work. They first work through temptation. They're trying to tempt you away from what you have. And the second thing, the second avenue that they are working under, it is through gossips and rumors. Like, for example, if that person wants your husband or a wife or whatever your preferences are, they start spreading a rumor that you are unfaithful, for example, that you are unworthy, and so on and so forth. Whichever the case, you have to address these confrontations. You have to address these fallacies right away, immediately. This is actually happening in a good time, believe it or not, because through it you will learn to, how can I put it into words? Well, you will learn how much what was wanted from you means for you, and you are going to settle on it. So after this ordeal, you are going to find yourself loving your job even more. You're going to find yourself loving your social circle even more. You're going to find yourself loving your marriage or your relationship, if that is the subject of that that attack, if I may say it that way, even more. And you are going to find yourself being grateful for it. It's a rare opportunity to understand the real value of what you have and be happy from it. But I do believe that is going to be the first avenue where you are going to be tempted out of it. So what someone wants that you have, it is a personal skill rather than wanting your house, your money, your position, or your husband or a wife. All right, next one, Liz. First one for you, Liz, Seven of Cups, followed by the Empress. Moving on, next, we do have the Ace of Cups. Afterwards, Two of Pentacles. And the last one, the World. Probably one of the best. It is what you have, Liz, with those cards. Just give me a moment here. Because what these cards are showing, it is that the bravest hopes you have, they are tangible. In other words, they can happen. That is pretty much described by these couple of cards. Okay, by these couple of cards. And this card, which is the Ace of Cups on the third position, it shows that within the next couple of weeks, the circumstances, or the very initial circumstances you need, so these seemingly unrealistic hopes to happen, are going to happen. So these circumstances are going to happen, and that is going to make you very, very happy. So you are literally doomed to be to end up happy in the next couple of weeks. So for example, if you thought that falling in love, it's unrealistic goal for you anymore, well, I guess you are about to fall in love. If you think that having a good job, it's an unrealistic goal for you, well, I guess you are gonna get hired in a really, really good job, right? But the thing about you, Liz, is that this is gonna be due to a personal transformation. And we can see that into the Two of Pentacles. So as the next couple of weeks progress, the more you will understand that these goals you have are unrealistic, because your expectations and your plans and your standards are incompatible. They are basically outdated. So you're going to start changing your concepts to a more in tune concept with what you are going through right now, and then those goals you have are going to be more realistic than you actually imagined up until this point. And the energies which are supporting you here, which is the World card, it only proves it. Says that whatever you end up being after, it's gonna happen. All right, next one, we do have Mattia. Good night, Karen. You're welcome, Liz. Mattia, Ace of Page of Swords for you, followed by the Six of Cups. Moving on, next we do have the Page of Cups, followed by the Ace of Wands, and the last one, that is going to be the Ten of Cups. I need a second here. Aries is so over the place. All right, so it's more like a guidance than saying what exactly is going to happen, Mattia. And the biggest guidance that these cards are giving to you, it is that what you are attending to in the next couple of weeks, it's not a joke, all right? It may look like a walk in the park, it may feel like a piece of cake, but it isn't. Actually, for what we can see here, quite a lot is riding on it. Okay, quite a lot. Your future actually is riding on it, and we can see that into the Page of Cups, which is into the third position. Now, as you go forward in the next couple of weeks, there are going to be quite of a, I can't say quite, but at least one gaining for enterprise. Okay, and that gaining for enterprise is going to require from you to adopt a new positions, to be more attentive to the overview rather than to be stuck into the details. And all that is going to start changing you a little bit, or is going to demand you changing yourself a little bit, which may annoy you, right? It kind of like it may aggravate you to a point, but if you do decide to give it a go, you actually are going to see that that is quite necessary. Bottom line for you, Mattia, it is that you are going to make a solid purge in your life, throwing and cutting away almost everything unnecessary that it is not supporting you into your further development, which is going to be quite incomprehensible for those which are around you. Very few people will be able to literally understand you. And one last thing I want to say is that within the next couple of weeks, you are going to end up being quite surprised, because there is going to be a helping hand from the least place you have expected. But anything new, or rather like a new gaining for enterprises coming your way, you got to learn to say yes. That is the thing you got to learn to do, all right? Saying yes to things which are feeling quite exciting. Other than that, Mattia, like I said, no walk in the park. Take everything seriously that it is happening within the next couple of weeks. And last but not least, Chandra, let's see what you are gonna go through. Ten of Swords, followed by the Emperor. Moving on next, we do have the King of Pentacles, followed by the Two of Wands, and afterwards there's going to be the Queen of Swords. So Ten of Swords has the most mildest manifestation for you, Chandra. Ten of Swords is when you have to make your move or make your choice and never look back from it. Okay, basically next couple of weeks will require from you to make an executive decision. It is like irrevocable choice or irreversible action, which literally is gonna force a new era into your life, and you have to make it with no regards whatsoever. Like you gotta make it ruthlessly, so to speak, and the energies are gonna help you do that. If you think that you are incapable of doing it, well, you will find yourself being very keen into just moving forward from one thing or another. Now, where this is going to take place? Well, that is when the pressure is have built up so much that the whole situation is almost on the verge of breaking, whether into your career or whether into your love life. And at some point you will realize that you do have a better things to do than just trying to kind of like hold the world on your shoulders. Okay, and instead of doing that, instead of trying to borrow time into something, it seems that you are going to decide to put your efforts into developments that actually want to happen, and they are going to happen. It's all about investments, right? And you, instead of investing into sustenance, you are going to invest into growth into the next couple of weeks. Now, if I have to speculate here, that should take place into your career, and what is going to happen is that you're going to leave one job for another, or one project for another, or one client for another, or stop working with one co-worker for another, or choosing one place over another, and so on and so forth. That is because the pressure from that thing which you're going to walk away have built up so much that the only logical choice it is just to cut it loose. And this is going to be a forceful cut, okay, or rather like a forceful choice, which is going to come seemingly out of nowhere from you, or at least that is how it's going to seem for the other people. But for you, is going to be actually a liberation than anything else. So bottom line here, Chandra, it is that you can expect a heavy burden to drop off your shoulder, and from there on moving forward, it's a new era into your life, and you make sure that you do build it better than you build the old one. And so with that said, this concludes tonight's live stream, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around, and thank you so much for your generosity as well. And we are going to see each other very, very soon. Until then, bye.